there's no reason I should be going to the line 4 times in a game when I drive 100 times to the paint. I'm getting hit, slapped, and grabbed, and whatnot. So, but we protect the shooter. That's what it's turned into. Chicks dig the long ball, and that's what it's about.
Well, there is no question chicks dig the long ball, since we're seeing guys like James Harden get calls on his 3-point attempts. But let's look at LeBron's drives against the Spurs to see if his beef with the refs was legitimate. Let's start with the play everyone was talking about, with the Cavaliers down 6 towards the end of the third quarter. LeBron drives to the hoop strong against Rudy Gay and misses badly before crashing into the stanchion, grabbing his face. On the replay, we see Rudy Gay knock the ball loose, but on his follow-through, hit LeBron in the face. It's possible the ref felt it was inadvertent contact because the ball was knocked free, but this has to be called a foul either way. One thing to note, one of the reasons why it's so hard to officiate LeBron is that he creates as much contact as he receives, as you can see him using the off arm to get separation while keeping that hand on the ball to hide his intention. Here's a good example of LeBron initiating contact as he drives on Danny Green in the open court. Green appears to get to the spot first, and LeBron uses his left forearm to deliver a blow to the midsection. Mind you, this was called against Danny Green, but it could have been an offensive charge. On this drive, he gets by LaMarcus Aldridge with his famous crab dribble. However, when you dribble, gather, hop off of one foot into a jump stop, you are not allowed to pivot once you land. LeBron does this, it's not called for traveling, and it's a clean swipe by DeJounte Murray, so nothing here. This drive in the third was interesting because it looked a bit funky, but it worked out fine for the Cavaliers as Rodney Hood dunks it. On the replay, Rudy Gay does have his left arm on LeBron's waist with a slight nudge, but Aldridge jumps backwards out of the way. So the Gay nudge is 50-50 here and happened quickly enough that it's probably why the refs took a pass on it. LeBron did get 2 and 1s to earn him trips to the free throw line. The first one was pretty minimal contact, with LeBron putting his left shoulder into Rudy Gay's body, but nothing after that as he finished and got the call. The second one, Powell gets his right arm up into his body and swipes down across his knee for solid contact and a good call. Another drive that frustrated LeBron was his baseline attack on Anderson. This is why it's so hard to referee a guy like him. Anderson is sliding, LeBron lowers his shoulder, then uses his right arm to push Anderson out of the way. The shot is clean, so the referee is probably making a decision to let them play on since LeBron is initiating as much as Anderson is. On this drive against Rudy Gay, he's able to turn the corner and everything from the jump to the release is clean. There is a bit of a bump on his gather step. This is also a 50-50 call, and I'm a little surprised he didn't get this one at home. But on these drives, you can see the Spurs don't try to offer too much resistance once it's clear he's got the advantage to the hoop. The defense is very concerned with not fouling, so they almost cede these baskets to him, giving the referee nothing to call. One of the best ways to check out if the referees are doing a good job is to go to the game itself, and the best app to buy tickets for any concert or sporting event is SeatGeek. In just a few taps, you can easily find the best deals on tickets as they search through multiple ticket sites to compare prices. You can also see the vantage point from the seats, and when the Nets come to Cleveland on February 27th, check out the awesome deals. For just $47, you can get a great seat in the lower bowl and enjoy LeBron James as he was meant to be seen. And best of all, save $20 off your first purchase by using my code BBall at checkout. That way, you can get in the stadium and when the ref blows a call, yell, "Hey ref, bend over and use your good eye." SeatGeek. Let's move to the fourth, where the Spurs had a 10-point lead midway through the quarter. James sizes up Danny Green and tries to get into his body. Notice how Green continues to back up, eluding the contact, and LeBron is left with a twisty off-foot layup attempt. The first tip is clean, nobody near him, and then his next tip attempt gets a bit messy as the ball is blocked and LeBron ends up on the ground. There wasn't a replay, so it's tough to see exactly what happened, but we can see a clean block by Green, the ball is now loose, and then some contact by Aldridge. So again, the ref could be overlooking the contact on the wrist since it was after the ball was cleanly blocked. Trying to will his team back into the game, LeBron attacks Kyle Anderson down low, but Anderson does the old veteran trick of pulling out the chair, causing LeBron to travel. As you can see, another instance where LeBron was trying hard to initiate the contact and force the ref to give him the call. Anderson backs up and out of the way. LeBron simply loses his balance and picks up his pivot foot. This drive got LeBron upset since he attacks the much smaller Bryn Forbes in the open court. Notice Forbes has got two hands on his waist. It's hard to imagine a guy as small as Forbes could affect LeBron at full speed in transition, and this contact isn't egregious. Is it a 50-50 call? Maybe. Now, LeBron hits him with his elbow to the face, which could have also been an offensive foul, before Anderson swoops in for the clean block from behind. Again, the right hand on LeBron's waist could certainly impede his progress, and then the block out of bounds. However, LeBron was frustrated enough that he drops an F-bomb as he complains to Kenny Mauer, who promptly tees him up. This allowed the Spurs to add to their double-digit lead, and LeBron was clearly frustrated at everything. A minute later, LeBron again tries to create something in the open court by attacking Murray. Notice how he lifts up off his right foot on the gather, then lands on the same foot. This is a clear-cut travel that the referees missed, but they give him the call when Murray gets him across the wrist, earning his third trip to the free throw line, having gotten 2 and 1s earlier in the game. With the game out of hand, LeBron tries to beat Danny Green to the hoop for the score, but it's pretty clear Green was there first to take the charge. Good call. So in the end, was this an egregious miscarriage of justice against LeBron James? Last season, he averaged 11.3 drives per game and 7.2 free throw attempts. This year, on the same number of drives, he's only getting 6 free throw attempts. Had the refs called the play where he got hit in his face, he would have been at his average. And it was hard to see how they got the other calls wrong. Every star has their complaints about the referees, and LeBron is certainly no exception, but it's also very clear just how difficult it is to ref his games and decide in real time who is responsible for initiating the contact. In this game, the referees did pretty well. Sports fans, to see more of our great NBA content and analysis, make sure to hit the subscribe button, but also click the bell and adjust your settings so you can get an alert the second our videos drop. Because trust me, you're going to want them hot and fresh. You in?